February 25th at the Stewart Theater in downtown Dunn, the premiere at 7:30 of a movie called Unnatural. And today we have the cast and crew here. 4 seniors from Cape Fear Christian Academy decided to do this as a senior project. It's a short film, and we want everyone to come out. It's a free event. It starts at 7:30. The doors will open at 7 o'clock. So, hello, guys.
Hey.
So now you guys, y'all been kind of like lifelong high school friends. What kind of inspired you to do a movie like this?
Well, I think it really started with a school project that we had to do for our English class. We had to make an adaptation of the book Jane Eyre, and so we decided to go with one of the most iconic scenes from it, which is the mad woman in the attic, and we did a sort of a modern adaptation of that. And I think while we were filming that, we just had so much fun, and we realized how we could make a product that was really good. And so it ended up being this little 8-minute film called The Shed. And it was a hit, and we loved doing it. We loved making it. And so after that, we decided, well, why wait for another school project when we can just do one ourselves? And so that kind of led to us trying to expand more of the ideas that we had, where we were more limited to a project for our English class. Here we could really use our creativity, and thus Unnatural was born.
So what made Unnatural? What was it? Why that choice?
I think that we were good at, the Mad Woman in the Attic scene is one of the most iconic scenes from Jane Eyre. And the whole point of the scene is that it's a very tense, very dark, kind of scary scene. And so we realized pretty quickly that horror might be kind of our niche, which, as, grotesque as that is to say, that was kind of what we figured we could do more of this. And so I think that we realized pretty quickly that's what we can do good. And obviously we wanted to challenge ourselves, so we expanded more on the ideas that we wanted to do when we were making The Shed. And it, I think, resulted in a really good, much larger project in Unnatural.
Okay, so we're talking about a film in which you guys got a storyline here that we want to kind of guard a little bit. So tell us a little bit about the story without giving the whole thing away.
All right, well, there is a dad or a stepdad who takes some boys out camping, and things go south pretty quickly. Although they are warned about unnatural noises coming from the woods, you never know what's out there in the dark. But this little family finds out pretty quick.
So this is a short film, around 30 minutes long, but it takes a while to film it. So how long did it take you to shoot this movie?
I think this took us 4 days, 2 really late nights and 2 really early mornings. But I think it was a lot of fun to shoot together, but it was definitely a much larger project or a task at hand than what we have previously been exposed to. So I think that we handled it very well, and I think that as long as it was to shoot, it was even longer in the post-production process. And I think it took us around probably a month to finish editing after several drafts that we had all reviewed and approved of. I think we got to a very nice product that we're all happy with. So.
All right, so I know the community is going to be excited about it. I know this is going to be kind of a cool thing. Like you said, it's a little bit dark, but would you want a little kid to come see it? Maybe 5 or 6 year old, or maybe not?
I would say no, just because of some of the elements we have in this movie. There is a lot of blood, and that was fun working with the blood because it was practical. Parker's really good at making digital things, but working with a real Bigfoot costume just let us as actors dive deeper into that. And because of those scary elements, I would not recommend any young children, unless their parents allow them to see this, because it can be scary.
Okay. So everybody has a part in this film. So somebody tell me what your favorite part was about doing this movie.
Again, I'd have to reiterate the practical stuff was cool. And I don't know if any of you can attest to that, but it felt real.
I'd like to jump in with what he said. I think that we were going for a 80s, 90s horror style with it. We wanted to make sure everything was as practical as we could get it, because I think that gives you a special feeling when you're watching something that's was done on set that day, And I don't think there's anything else like that.
Okay, so it's one thing to be on the shoot and to have to practice this and do this over and over. What does it feel like to actually go back and see yourself on the screen in the context with all the other elements involved? What does that feel like?
I'll be honest, it's kind of a surreal feeling. You know, it's especially for a lot of us where some of us don't have that experience of being a career actor. I know that John has had projects in the past where he's been on, television. But for a lot of us, this is our first project where we're really seeing ourselves as actors. And it's kind of crazy because, especially for me, I wrote the screenplay. And so seeing something that I wrote actually be there on screen with us acting it out is kind of a crazy feeling. But it's really cool. And it's something that, it's definitely a memory that I'll not forget anytime soon.
I tell you, another part that's cool for me is you're out there in the middle of the night. It's freezing cold. Maybe we've done the scene, 10 times, 12 times. So you kind of get a little detached from it. But then when you see it edited and you see the special effects and the things that Parker puts into it, it almost is like seeing it for the first time again when you finally see it on screen. And it's just, I'm amazed at how just great it all came together in the end, because you start to lose track when you're out there in the cold and can't feel your hands and, why are we doing this? Okay, what's going on? But then when you see it, you're like, oh, that's right, that's good. And it just looked great.
What do you think, Will, when you look back 10 years from now and say, I did this as a high school project, how are you going to think you're going to feel about that?
I mean, I just can't believe I was a part of this, really. I mean, in a way, I never knew I would be in this, like doing all this stuff. And I mean, what Parker's done is just great. I mean, I never could do anything like that. And I just like, acting in it and being together with all the friends and stuff, my best friends. And it's just really something cool to be a part of. And it was really cold. So
It was cold.
Yeah. But we got through it. So that was good.
I think it'd be safe to say that, in all fairness, we do need to give them a little taste of what it's going to look like. So why don't we show you this small clip, not to give too much away, of Unnatural.
All right, boys, everybody pitch in or you don't eat. And with what we brought, I wouldn't blame you.
Hey, where's the bug spray? Oh, please tell me we didn't forget the bug spray.
Can you relax for like once in your life?
Okay, not fair. I can be relaxed, just not when we're in the middle of the woods with no bug spray.
Oh, here you go.
You know this isn't going to work, right?
What's not going to work?
This feeble attempt to get me to try to like you. Can't you just let me hate you in peace?
I think we're going to have a great time. As a matter of fact, here, take these and help me build a campfire.
You got 4 high school seniors getting together for a last hurrah to do something before they graduate from high school and move off in different directions. So a great project, but that's not the end of this. In fact, this has been an inspiration to actually tackle a much bigger project that I believe will go into the works, and the screenplay is in development right now, and it actually is going to involve our local town and our county. So we're really excited, I think, to see how that is going to pan out, to do a full-length feature film that deals with some real issues that young people go through. So you need to be looking out for that. It'll be coming up soon. You'll be hearing advertisement. We are going to be involving the town, our local law enforcement, and other officials for a much bigger project, just inspired by doing something like this. So it's coming up once again, Unnatural, on the 25th. Doors open at 7 o'clock at the Stewart Theater in downtown Dunn. The Unnatural film will begin at 7:30. It's a free event. We invite you to come out and see us then.